Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Harvest Thali. It's so great to have you with us today. There's 108,000 of you that have joined us today for Harvest Thali across the two lessons, which is phenomenal. That's over 1,600 schools. Now, we'd really like to see today pictures of you guys watching as well. So, if you could tag us, any pictures you take on Instagram, X or Facebook using our handle at NFU Education. We love to see what's going on in your classrooms. It's so exciting. Right, let's get started. So I'm here with my friend Ray.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Ray's a professional chef, everybody. She's really good at cooking. I know that 'cause we've already been doing some this morning. And one of the questions we asked you this morning, I think it's such a good question, we should ask it again this afternoon for all the boys and girls that are watching in the classroom, is how do you become a chef?
Well, I think it starts when you enjoy cooking.
Yes.
And I started cooking when I was a very little girl, using my little toy pots and mud and some leaves in the garden. And I watched my mum and grandma and I tried to copy them. Oh. But that got me interested in how I could use ingredients and make something delicious out of it.
Fantastic. So if you love the mud kitchen at school and you think you like creating things, you could become a chef. Well, that might be something you want to think about doing.
Exactly.
Now, today's lesson is called Harvest Thali. Now, we might not have heard that word before. What's a thali, Ray?
That's a good question. So a thali is basically lots of different dishes put together, and they're usually arranged in little round bowls. So you'll have some curries, you'll have some lentils, you'll have some yogurt, onions, salad, everything together. So it's like an amazing multi-choice of food.
We've just had our lunch here and you're just making me hungry again straight away. So I'm glad we're going to be cooking today. And what are we going to be cooking this afternoon, Ray?
Great. So we are making palak paneer.
Brilliant. And what are the important ingredients in that? Tell us the first ingredient that we're going to get and we're going to make.
So we are making the paneer.
Yes.
So paneer is basically cheese, Indian cheese.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you how to make that.
Oh, that's so exciting, everybody. I can't wait. Now, I'm also going to be setting you some little challenges as we go through this afternoon. And the first challenge I've got for you is a question. Okay, and paneer is a dairy product. But I wonder if you know what a dairy product is. What are dairy products made out of? So right now we're going to ask you that question in our Slido, which is on the right-hand side of the video, teachers, and see, do you know in your classroom what are dairy products made of? Have a go. Right, there's been a bit of debate in the studio here, but we can tell you that the correct answer is milk. And milk is a brilliant ingredient, isn't it, Ray?
Absolutely.
And it's got some fantastic stuff in it, especially things like calcium and protein. And what calcium does is it gives us really strong bones. So I hope you guys are ready for the next challenge, because this is a physical challenge. So what I'd like you to do in your classroom is to find a space, because I'm going to test how strong your bones are right now. Find a space, stand up. I'm going to move back a little bit just because there's some cooking going on here and we don't want to cause any mess or knock things off the table, because I will be in big trouble. And we're going to have a go. So let's see if you've got strong bones to help you. Run on the spot. Oh, you're not going very fast yet. Faster, 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 faster. Oh, I can see you all doing it now. You at the back, join in too. And stop. And now we're going to see if those healthy bones and also that protein lets us do a really big stretch up to the sky as well. Whew, and finally a bit of a jump up and down. And one last one on the spot. And stop. Right, now, I'm exhausted after that already. I bet you're not, because I know how much you guys like running around at school. But we're going to have a little sit down now again, because the next thing we're going to do, and it's really exciting, is that my friend Jenny is on a farm with someone called Farmer Elaine. And today we're going to be finding out where some of these ingredients come from as well. So we're going to go and find out now where milk comes from. Hi Jenny, we're passing over to you now.
Good morning everybody, I'm here with Farmer Elaine to discover where milk comes from so that we can take it back to the kitchen and use it to make some delicious paneer. So thank you so much for having us here on your farm, Farmer Elaine.
Jenny.
Morning. Can you tell us, where does the milk that you produce here, where does it come from?
So we are a dairy farm, which means that our milk comes from cows.
Cows, amazing. So can we meet your cows?
Of course you can, they are all here.
So tell us more about them.
So they are dairy cows.
Yeah.
So they generally are black and white,
Yeah.
and they are here. There's about 105 of them at the moment, and we milk them for milk.
And that's where milk comes from. So how do these cows make milk?
So the most important thing with cows is their feed. So they've got 4 compartments in their stomach, which means that they can digest mainly grass, and they process that, and that is what makes our milk. So just from mainly grass.
Wow, that's amazing, because we can't eat grass. So by having the cows, they can eat the grass and turn it into something delicious that we can eat. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Now, there's something else that's very exciting about your farm and a bit special, isn't there?
Yes, so we are a robotic farm.
A robot farm. Oh my goodness. Tell us more about the robots.
Well, there is one just sneaking up behind us.
Goodness, who is this?
So this is our feeding robot, Bob. And Bob's job is to go around and push the food closer to the cows, and as you can see, the cows love it.
Oh my goodness, yeah, you can tell they like that. And there are other robots here as well. Can we go and have a look at those?
Of course.
We better move out of the way so that Bob can do his job.
Absolutely.
And let's go see the other robots.
Okay, Jenny, so here we are. This is our milking robot.
Oh my goodness, your robot room. And what's this robot called?
We call our milking robot Delilah, and we are just in time because one of our cows has just come in to be milked.
Wonderful. Okay, tell us everything. How does it work?
So the cow has just walked in. There's some food has dropped at the front end for her. The robot is going to wash all the teats. So the cows all have a bag called an udder.
Like a shopping bag?
No, not like a shopping bag. It's like it's where the cow stores all of her milk. So it sits underneath the cow's stomach.
Ah, okay.
And it's where she stores her milk. And there are 4 teats on that are a little bit like milk taps.
Like, oh my goodness. So they have 4 taps of milk.
Yeah. So their teats are just being cleaned at the moment.
Yeah.
So it makes it sure that they're all nice and clean, and then the robot will put on some little suction cups and they gently suck the milk out of the cow.
Oh wow, and she's busy having a snack. Yeah. And they've chosen to come into this machine as well, haven't they?
Yeah, so our cows, we are a voluntary milking farm, so because we use our milking robots, no one makes the cows come in. They choose to come in, so they can come in anytime, day or night.
Wow, get themselves a bit of food and have their milk taken out by the robot.
Yeah.
Amazing. So once you've collected all this milk, is it ready for us to take back to the kitchen to make into paneer?
So when the robot's finished milking the cow, it will spray with an antiseptic spray,
Okay.
so that she doesn't get any infections in her teeth.
Uh-huh.
She will go on the rest of her day.
Lovely.
And the milk will go into the milk tank.
Okay.
So once it's in the milk tank, it just needs a little bit more preparation, and then you can take the milk with you to make your paneer.
Exciting. So there's one thing that I just don't understand, Elaine. Are your cows special milking cows, or can we get milk from any cow?
So cows have to be a girl cow.
So in order to produce milk?
Yeah, so to make milk they have to be a girl cow, and they have to have had a calf. So if they haven't had a calf and they are not and they're a boy cow, they will not make milk. So they have to be a girl, and they have to have had a calf.
So all of your cows are girl cows?
Yeah, all the cows in the shed are girls, and they have all had a calf.
So does this mean that their calves are here on the farm?
Yes, we have some calves on the farm.
Oh my goodness, can we go and see them?
Yes, of course we can.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, everybody, we're going to go and find the calves. But while we do that, what I'd like you to do is have a think about all the things, all the jobs that Farmer Elaine needs to do to keep her calves and her cows happy and healthy. And we'll catch up with you in 1 minute. Off you go. Let's go. Look everybody, I'm giving this baby calf a bottle of milk. So Farmer Elaine, can you, while I'm feeding this really hungry calf that we've got here, can you tell us how you look after these babies?
So yes, Jenny, you're doing a fantastic job over there. So our calves need a special type of milk for the first 3 days, and that special type of milk is called colostrum, and I've got some just here, and it is a very thick, creamy milk, which is what you're giving to the calf over there.
And what's the job of colostrum? What does that do?
So colostrum gives the calf lots and lots of protection for the first 3 days, well, for its whole life, but we feed it for the first 3 days to make sure that it gets all the good bugs from its mummy to keep it nice and healthy. After the first 3 days, it then has proper milk and also some of these lovely, delicious calf nuts. Oh, wow. As well as the calf nuts, they obviously need some water to drink, and also they have a lovely bed of straw that we need to keep nice and clean every single day.
Oh, so you take really good care of them.
We do indeed.
Oh. Okay everybody, while I'm busy finishing giving this calf the rest of their bottle, what I'd like you to do is pop in the word cloud all of the dairy products or the products that are made out of milk that you can think of. How many of them can you list? And I'm going to go and start the next stage of my adventure. Off you go.
Brilliant. Oh, weren't those calves so cute as well? Jenny was so lucky getting to feed them. Well, I've had a quick look at your word cloud and you've got some really good answers there. We've got butter, we've got yogurt, we've got cheese. Great job, everybody. Really good answers. There's another little thing as well that I thought of while you were doing the word cloud I could see on my table, and that's this here. What's this, Ray?
This is ghee. So ghee is a clarified butter, special butter, which you make by heating up butter at a very high temperature, and then it splits into solid and liquid.
Fantastic, brilliant. And talking of things splitting, we're going to be doing a next bit of our recipe now as well. We're going to be starting to make the paneer. So while you've been watching Jenny on the farm, we actually started heating up some milk to start making the paneer. So can you talk to everyone about what we've been doing, Ray?
Yeah, very simply, we brought some milk to the boil. And then once it came to the boil, I added some lemon juice. Now, lemon juice is an acidic ingredient which helps to split the milk into two different properties. And as you can see here, you have a very unusual looking milk.
It does look a bit strange, doesn't it?
So you've got
add lemon to milk.
The solids floating at the top, and then there's lots of liquid, which is the whey. So you've got the curds and the whey.
A bit like little Miss Muffet.
Exactly.
Sat on our tuffet, eating her curds away. I'm not sure I'd eat this straight away though, personally. Because there's another stage, isn't there, to start to turn this into our paneer cheese.
That's right.
So what do we need to do next?
So the next thing is we're going to strain it. Okay, so I'm just going to show you here, carefully, so I don't splash it everywhere. I'm going to strain it like that, and then just wait until all of that liquid strains away, and then you're left with just the solids.
Yes, brilliant.
And do you want to know what happens after that?
I would like to know what happens after that.
So basically, and this I did a little bit earlier, we then put the solids into what is called a muslin cloth. So the muslin cloth is made of cotton, but it's very, very thin weave, so it doesn't let all of that lovely solid escape. And then we give it a big squeeze.
Oh, fantastic.
So the idea is we want to squeeze as much of that.
Can we do a big squeeze, everybody in the classroom?
Yes, they're going to get all of that whey out of the paneer. And then, just to make sure it's all gone, we're going to squeeze it even more by putting a heavy weight.
Big heavy pan on top.
Yes, on top, like that. So we're just going to leave that there.
Now we need to leave that for quite a while, don't we?
Yeah.
So, while we're leaving that there, we're making palak paneer.
Oh, yes.
We've got the paneer. What's the other parts that we're going to need? What's the palak?
Right, so the other main ingredient is spinach.
Yes.
Okay, and we have some fresh spinach over here, which has been washed. And basically, that is cooked in spices, and then we add the paneer to it.
Brilliant, fantastic. So, we're going to find out now how that spinach is grown as well, everybody. So, we're going to zoom over to Jenny and find out, how do you grow spinach?
Hello everybody, while you've been busy in the kitchen, I've made my way here to G's Growers, where we're going to learn where spinach comes from. So we're very lucky, we've got Lucy here. She is a spinach growing expert. And so thank you so much, Lucy, for having us here today. Can you tell us, where does your spinach come from?
So spinach is just a plant and it grows from a tiny little seed and we grow it up and then we harvest it so that we can eat the leaves of it.
Amazing. And can you show us the journey all the way from the beginning?
Yes, of course.
Let's have a look. So Lucy, what's the first step?
So step one for growing spinach is to prepare the soil. So we do that by making these beds.
Are these beds like the ones that we sleep in?
Almost like the ones that we sleep in, but these beds have been made for spinach seed.
Oh, so they're seed beds. And how do you make these lovely, comfortable seed beds?
So we have a special machine to make these called a bed former. As you can see, we've already got the beds in place. The bed former has been and gone and left these lovely comfy beds ready for the spinach seed.
Amazing. So actually today we're not going to see one, we're going to be one, because what we want you to do is we want you to stand up carefully, make sure you've got lots of space to move around, and let's do some action so that we can be a spinach bed former. So what actions do we need to do?
So the first thing that a spinach bed former does is it has to break up the soil, break up any big lumps of soil and leave a nice fine soil for the seed to be drilled into. So the first action is to break up that soil.
Come on everybody, break up that soil, make it nice and fine.
The second step is to make the beds. So it has to make a nice bed.
Amazing.
And then the third action, to make it nice and flat, we have to roll it.
Roll it, brilliant. So what was the first one? It was break it.
Break it up.
Break it.
Make
it. and roll it. One more time. Break it, make it, and roll it. Amazing. Right, excellent actions, everybody. Let's go to step 2. Okay, everybody, here we are at stage 2 of growing spinach, and it's really, really exciting because if you look behind me, you can see that this stage is actually happening right now as we speak. So Lucy, can you tell us what is going on?
Of course, so stage 2 of growing spinach is really important, and it is planting the spinach. So in farming, we call this drilling. Now, when we say drill, we don't mean the kind of drill that Bob the Builder uses. No. We mean the machine that Derek is driving behind us at the moment.
Okay, and what does this do then?
So the spinach drill is what we use to get these tiny little seeds into the ground, planted really, really carefully so that the seed can grow into the plant that we later harvest.
It's amazing, isn't it, everybody, that these teeny tiny seeds have everything that they need within them to grow into full, healthy spinach plants that we can eat and we can turn into delicious dishes like our Saag Paneer. But there are a couple of other things that these seeds need as well.
There are. So like you said, these seeds contain everything that will grow into a plant, but it needs some help. So it needs 3 things. The first one is something to grow in. So we've got our beds and we're putting the seed in, but it needs 2 more things as well to grow into a healthy plant.
Okay, so now everybody, it's your turn. I would like you to put in the word cloud for me. What do you think the other 2 things that these spinach seeds need in order to be able to grow into healthy spinach plants so that we can eat them? Let me know, and we're going to go to stage 3. Okay, everybody, hopefully you've had a good go at that question. Now let's ask Lucy for the answer.
So the other 2 things that spinach needs, as well as something to grow in, is plenty of sunlight, which we've got lots of today, and also some water. So behind us we've got the irrigation booms, and they are feeding water to the plants so they can grow up nice and strong.
Amazing, so that's water, sunlight and something to grow in. Right, now we're at the final stage. Let's go and see what spinach looks like at the end of its journey. Okay, everybody, here we are at the final stage. So Lucy, what are we doing here?
So this spinach here, Jenny, has been growing for just over 3 weeks and it's now ready to harvest. So you can see that the plants have been growing. They've got a really nice long root system that's sucked up all of that water that we saw and all of the nutrients from the soil, and the plant is ready to be harvested and put into your curry.
Amazing. Let's take it back to the kitchen.
Oh my word, I loved your actions there. Fantastic. You did a great job, everybody. And thank you, Jenny, for giving us this delicious spinach. Now, Jenny called it saag as well in the video. So we've called it spinach, we've called it saag, and we've called it palak. Are they the same thing?
Yes, yes. And the
Excellent.
reason is different parts and regions of India would describe it differently.
Brilliant.
So, yeah, some people
But
would say
it's all
saag, some people
This
will say
lovely
palak.
green leaf. Fantastic.
And we call it spinach.
And with our saag or palak or
Yeah.
spinach, we've done this with it. And what have you done to it here?
I've just snipped it, chopped it up into very fine pieces so that when we cook it, it'll be nice and smooth and creamy.
Okay, fantastic. And I've heard that spinach is really healthy for you as well.
Yes, it contains lots of iron,
Fantastic.
which is good for your strength,
Oh,
and
even
lots
better.
of vitamins and minerals.
This sounds like if you eat some of this palak paneer, everybody, that you're going to be a superhero after New Year. Definitely, we're going to be ready to go. Now, we've got a few little bits and bobs we're doing here. We are still squashing the paneer.
Yep.
We've whizzed up the spinach saag palak. And there's just one more thing that's grown that we wanted to find out about today, which are these onions. But Jenny is standing in a field of onions and they don't really look like this at all. So I think we should go and see what she's doing. Let's hand over to Jenny.
Hello everybody, I've come to learn about a different plant ingredient now, and I'm here to learn about onions. But I'm feeling a little bit confused because I'm standing in what I've been told is an onion field and I can't see a single onion anywhere. But fortunately, I'm here with Farmer Gary and he is an onion expert. So thank you, Farmer Gary, for having us here today. Can you tell me, where are all of your onions?
So they are here.
Oh my goodness, they were hiding underneath all these leaves.
Yeah,
So
they've been hiding.
tell us, how did these onions get here? How have you done this?
So we plant seeds in February and March.
Okay.
We look after them, we water them, we talk to them nicely, and then gradually they grow into what looks more like an onion. And then what we do is we wait till the crop has grown a nice big bulb, which you'll be more used to, and all of this green top dies back, and then we harvest them.
And then when you say harvest them, what does that mean?
So basically we go through and we give them a haircut. So we top all this bit off like that. So they all lay in the field in rows. The sun dries them a little bit, and then we come through with a tractor and a harvester and we lift them up into trailers really quickly and get them into an onion store to dry them with lots of hot air and to dry quickly, because as you know, in England it rains a lot.
Oh, it does, absolutely, especially this year. I think we need to see some of this in action. So have you got a diary that you can show us?
Yes, we've taken pictures and videos all the way through the season, so you can see the whole process from start to finish.
Amazing, let's have a look.
So the first process is planting the seeds. The seeds get put in the ground in February and March, ready to start growing. One of the most important parts is keeping the crop wet, because it needs water to grow. And so what we have to do is make sure that the crop is always kept at the right condition all the time, along with making sure that the crop is healthy. We then, when the crop is finally ready, have to top and windrow the crop, which is basically making the crop ready to be able to be harvested by the machines. When the crop is ready to harvest, tractors and trailers come into the field ready, and we use a harvester to lift the onions up as fast as possible, because it has to always be dry when you're harvesting onions, because they don't want to get wet and dirty. They will go into a store through lots of conveyors to make sure they're pre-cleaned and nice and clean to be dried in the store with hot air. This process takes about 3 or 4 weeks. When that is done, the crop is ready to use in the kitchen, or also can be kept for a long period and used right the way through to the end of June the year after.
Wow, everybody, wasn't that amazing? We've just seen the journey of an onion right from the beginning. But Gary, can you tell us, how long does it take for an onion to go from those teeny tiny seeds that we saw right at the start to an onion that we can take back to the kitchen and that we can chop up and eat like we're going to today?
So it takes between 6 and 7 months, and it really depends how much sunshine we get, but basically 6 to 7 months.
6 to 7 months, wow, so that's a lot of work that goes into just that one ingredient in our harvest thali. That's amazing. So I'm going to go and collect some onions that have been already dried and stored, ready to use in our kitchen today. But while I'm doing that, what I'd like you to do is think about the 2 vegetable ingredients that we've used today, the onions and the spinach. And I'd like you to think and tell me in the word cloud, how are they similar and how are they different? So have a chat in your classroom, pop all of your answers in the word cloud, and then I'll see you back in the kitchen.
Fantastic. We've got our onions, and I loved your answers in the word cloud there, everyone. So many good answers. Some of you telling us they need the same things to grow still, which is completely right, water and sunlight. But then the difference is, so they certainly taste very different, don't they, Ray? And actually we eat different parts of the plant. With the onion, we eat the part that grows in the ground. And with our spinach, we eat the leaves that grow on top, which is fantastic. So brilliant answers, well done. And also they're prepared differently as well, aren't they, Ray? So
Yep.
can you show us how we're going to prep our onion now? Because we're not going to put it in the blender like we did with the spinach. We're going to cut it up.
That's right. And if you think about it, it's like cutting a ball. It's quite wobbly.
wiggly.
So the first thing I'm going to do is very carefully, I'm going to cut off the stalk, the end there.
Fantastic.
And that way I have a nice stable onion. And then I'm going to make a bridge with my hand. So you've got
Fantastic.
your
Yes, so you
fingers
got a
on one
bridge over the
side and the
top.
thumb on the other. And then place the knife carefully in the middle.
Brilliant.
Slice all the way through, and you've got two halves. Now the reason I do that is because then I can easily peel away the skin.
Fantastic.
And then my onion is ready to slice.
Very good.
Now, this is where you've got to be very careful because you've got a very sharp knife and you've got your fingers. And so the first thing I want to do is show you how to make a claw.
A claw. Can everyone make a
With
claw?
your hand.
It's really
Yeah.
good for cutting is a claw.
Exactly, it protects your fingertips. So what I'm going to do is carefully just rest it on the onion and then with my other hand firmly hold the knife and slice all the way through.
Oh,
Keep
brilliant.
moving your fingers.
Yeah, keep moving them back to
As
keep them
you
safe
go.
from the knife.
There we go.
Right.
And there we have some sliced
We're going to
onions.
get there and we're going to start making our recipe. So while we're starting to put this together now and make this delicious palak paneer, I want you to be starting to think about some questions, everybody, as well. So that can be put in the slider on the right-hand side. We've seen a few good ones coming already. I've also heard that very soon Farmer Elaine's going to be on her way in as well. She's on her way back from the farm now. So getting our onions here.
Yeah, so I've just popped the hob on. So I've got the flame on my little portable hob, and then I'm going to add just a little bit of oil
A bit of oil.
to help me fry the onions.
And that's actually rapeseed oil. So if you're ever driving around in the summer and you see those big fields of little yellow flowers, that's actually where that oil comes from.
Yeah. Then once the oil has started to warm up, just going to gently pop.
I'm going to get sizzling.
onions in there.
Sizzle, sizzle. I'm
I
loving
can already
this.
hear that noise. And then give that a little stir. Would you mind stirring
I'll
that
do a
for
bit
me?
of stirring. Definitely.
And then I'll get my spices ready
Brilliant.
because
Loving
this is an
this.
Indian dish, so you need special spices to get all that lovely spicy
Super.
flavour.
Shall I keep stirring it while you're putting the spices in, or do I need to get out of the way?
I need the onions to cook down a little bit.
Right, I'll leave
so-
them alone.
yeah.
Stop meddling.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So the spices that I'm going to use, I'll pop them ready in a little pan,
Super.
in a little bowl. So this is my lovely spice tin. I'm going to get some cumin first, cumin seeds,
Lovely.
and then some little black seeds called mustard seeds.
Fantastic.
And then I'm going to add a little bit of chili powder because we want to have some heat.
Yeah, if you remember, if you don't like it spicy, you can take a little bit of chili out, or if you love it spicy, you can put more chili in.
That's right. And then a nice amount of turmeric powder and some ground coriander.
Super. Oh, and
There we
they're
go.
sizzling away in here now
It
as
is.
well.
Now you can really
Oh.
hear that. You can start smelling those onions as they start to caramelise. Give that a few more minutes because what you want
down.
is for them to reduce down a little bit.
Well, I think while we're letting these come down, we should welcome Farmer Elaine in. We have started to get some of your questions. Hi, Elaine!
Oh, wow, this smells amazing.
It still smells delicious in here from this morning.
I
It just is the
know.
most fantastic place to be today for our harvest Thali. We've got some fab questions coming in, so I'm going to let Ray just do a bit of stirring because I've got some fab questions here. So, Beau Pre Rainbow Class have asked, how do you become a farmer?
How do you become a farmer? That is a very, very good question. Well, you can work with animals in lots and lots of different ways. Farming, there's lots of jobs you can do on a farm, but also around a farm as well. My children are both actually at college, both learning to be
Oh, wow,
farmers
they're following
as
in
well.
your footsteps then.
So
yeah.
yes, so yeah, you volunteer, get stuck in. decide which bit of farming you're interested in, because there's lots and lots of things you can do as a farmer. So you could be a dairy farmer like us,
Fantastic.
or an arable farmer.
Yeah, and they grow crops, don't they, arable farmers?
So there's lots of different things you
Lots
can do
of different jobs
within
you can
farming.
do.
So your
Fantastic.
first job is to decide which bit of farming you're interested in, and then go down to a farm and see if you can help out and learn as much as you can about it.
Yeah, and believe it or not, Elaine even runs a farm camp at her farm, which I wish I could go to,
That
but
sounds fun.
I'm too big. I'm not allowed.
Although I do get lots of adults asking
Yes.
for adult camp.
Maybe we'll bring some teachers.
I know, the kids have the best fun.
Right, let's have a look. Some more good questions. Well, what for first, actually, 'cause something's happening here. What's happening here, Ray?
Right, so I've just tipped in all my lovely spices that I've just measured out. And they're
Smells
frying
amazing.
with the oil and the onions. And they're just releasing all of the flavour. And this is very
Fantastic.
important, because if you just chuck your spices in at the
Yeah.
end, they don't have a chance to cook
Yeah,
in.
it's going to be too strong, maybe.
And they don't make the flavours kind of flavour the food nicely.
It's got such a lovely colour as well.
Yeah, it looks
That's a turmeric.
Oh, lovely.
Got a
Turns it
lovely
yellow. And a question
orangey
I've got for you
yellow.
then while you're stirring is,
Yeah.
are onions healthy, we've been asked?
Yes, they are. They are healthy. They are, and they're also the base of a lot of different cuisines.
Yeah.
So most cuisines in the world, you will use an onion, and they add a lot of flavour and nutrients to
So
your
yeah,
diet.
it's healthy, gives it loads of flavour, and that's why it gets used all around the world,
Yeah.
which is fantastic. Right, one of my favourite, in fact, I've got two questions here, okay, for you, Elaine. I've got, let's have a look. So many questions coming in, oh my word. Firstly, how do cows react to hugs? And then, class 2 as well, following on from that, want to know if you've got a favourite cow.
Well, they kind of answer each other, those two questions, because I have a favourite cow. She is cow number 24. And when I walk into the farm building, she'll come and stand next to me and wait for a hug. Now, there's not very many cows that you can cuddle, and I wouldn't recommend
No, don't just
Just
go walking
going
onto
into
a field full of cows.
and cuddling cows. However, my cow, number 24, absolutely loves cuddles, and she will come and find me, especially for a cuddle.
I think she'd be my favourite too.
She is.
Ray, what's happening here? There's been another development
I've
in the
been busy
park.
cooking. So I have very carefully added the chopped spinach into the pan where the onions and spices have been cooking, and I'm
smells
just
got even
letting that.
stronger.
Oh,
And I'm just
it's
letting all of
lovely.
those ingredients merge together, and then they make that lovely Saag Palak
Yeah,
spinach base.
it
Okay.
just smells so good.
So
It smells
good.
delicious. Another question been asked quite a lot of times as well, Elaine, is about when you get up, when you go to sleep, and do you work all day basically?
So farmers do work very long hours. However, it depends what kind of farm you are.
Yeah.
So at some times of year, you are very, very, very busy, but other times of year, you tend to be a bit
Yeah.
quieter. We're a little bit different because we have milking robots,
Yeah.
so we don't have to milk the cows ourselves. It happens all the time for us. But when it is silage time, so when
Yeah.
we're getting the cut grass in for the cows, sometimes it can be quite late nights or early
Okay.
mornings. to
So
get
you
those-
actually grow the food for your cows then,
yeah,
do you?
so the food is grown just out in the field,
Just on the
around the
doorstep.
farm, and it comes straight
So-
in. So not very many food miles.
No,
for the
Elaine
cows.
harvests grass as her main
Yeah.
crop. So isn't that amazing? And feeds it to all her cows. Right, I've got some great questions here as well. Year 2 from Cerise. What is your favourite vegetable to use in cooking, Ray? Favourite vegetable?
Favourite vegetable? I think it's spinach.
Oh, well, great
Personally,
choice for
I
today.
love spinach, so that's probably a
You
good
get
reason.
big, strong muscles.
Yeah, and that's
Super
probably a good
strong.
reason that we're doing it today. There we
That's
go.
why you were ready earlier on when we did our running on the
Absolutely.
spot. Another really good question for Elaine this time. How long are cows pregnant for before they give birth?
That is a very, very good question, and it's the same as people.
Oh, wow.
So cows are pregnant for the same amount of time as people are pregnant. So 9 months.
Okay, fantastic. That's absolutely brilliant. Right, let's have a quick look. So many questions. Oh, I love this question from St Bees Village School as well. I'm gonna change it a little bit, so I'm gonna give it to both of you, okay?
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you, Elaine, what's your favourite part of being a farmer? And Ray, I'm gonna ask you, what's your favourite part of being a chef?
So my favourite part of being a farmer is obviously having the cows on the farm, and when they want to come and have a cuddle, or like Jenny experienced earlier with milking the cow, giving the calves their milk. It's just so lovely to be able to look after the animals and make sure that they're really, really healthy. And it's just lots and lots of fun.
Oh, fantastic. And you make that wonderful milk, which, look, everybody, our paneer has gone into the curry now.
Oh,
it looks absolutely phenomenal. So as we're just coming to the end of the lesson, Ray, what's your favourite part of being a chef while you're chefing right now?
It's that moment when you see the excitement on someone's face, when you've shown them or you've taught them something and they're like, oh, wow, I can do that. That's what I love.
Fantastic. And we'd absolutely love to see some of your pictures or videos or anything you've done with these recipes that Ray has given us today. I have been looking at them, I've been having a go myself, and I do think that they're pretty easy, actually. I think anyone could give it a go, and they're absolutely fantastic. So I think we're about at the point now, Ray, where we've got our final palak paneer to add to our thali. So to finish our lesson now, everybody, we're going to plate up.
Yes, so what I'm going to do is get a nice bowl.
Oh, can I add to my question?
Yes, you can.
I also get to ride big tractors.
Oh, what? That's like, how do you choose? How do you choose, everybody, between getting to drive a big tractor or getting to cuddle a calf?
Oh.
It sounds like a pretty good job for me, but then at the same time, I wish I could eat this every day because it smells absolutely delicious. And it is just putting the final touch to our harvest thali. So we're just coming into the end of our lesson now. I would like to remind everybody that there's going to be some more lessons coming up later this term. They're going to be called Becca and Lizzie Meet. And we've got some really, really exciting people we're meeting there. We're going to be meeting a pumpkin farmer for Halloween. We're going to be meeting a turkey farmer for Christmas. And we're going to, talking of tractors, we're going to be finding out about a tractor that is powered by cow poo on a dairy farm. So
well, we have lots of that. So I need one of those tractors,
plenty of tractors, but we're going to the two of them come together.
Absolutely.
But to finish our lesson, I'd like everyone to have a look at our wonderful palak paneer. I can't wait to get stuck into this as soon as we go off air. And apart from that, remember, tag us in your pictures. There's been over 108,000 of you watching today, which is absolutely unbelievable. Thank you for joining such a huge harvest festival. Can you imagine being in an assembly that big? We wouldn't even fit inside Wembley Stadium. So until next time, we'd like to say a big thank you to you, a big thank you to you, Ray and Elaine, and all our speakers as well that we met this afternoon and this morning. And we'll see you in March for Science Farm Live as well. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.